I'm going to tell you something that I hope you remember, but it's hardly a secret. To get somewhere, you need to go the right way. Deep thoughts, right? To get somewhere, you need to go the right way. You won't get there if you don't. Promise you that. If you want to get somewhere, there are two things that are important. The first thing that's important, it's important to go. If you don't move, you won't get anywhere. If you don't go, you won't get there. I can promise you that. It's a fact. It's hard to get somewhere if you're not moving. Standing still. Second thing, you need to go the right way to get to where you want to go. You go the wrong way, you will not get there. I promise you that. This is true. You can't get somewhere going the wrong way. If you get one of those things wrong, you will end up somewhere you do not want to be, or you will end up standing still and stuck and not moving. This is a sure thing in life, right? We know this. I went for a hike the other day, and I thought, this is going to be amazing. I knew about the hike, but I didn't need a map. Who needs a map when you go on a hike? It's not necessary because there's trails, right? You just follow the trail. So I got to the hike, the trailhead, and sure enough, there was a trail because there was a trailhead. And I was really excited by this. So I started walking along this trail. It was really, really well marked. And I got to this point where, for some reason, the trail just ended. But I knew the hike wasn't over. And I didn't know where to go, but this is kind of, I'm more of a person that goes in the wrong direction than just doesn't go. That's kind of more, maybe we're all different, right? But I'm kind of more like, I will tend to go in the wrong direction instead of not going. So I just decided, well, I'm just going to go. Look where I ended up. It was not fun. I ended up in this rock field, and at first I thought, yeah, this is great. What a destination. I can see why this is rated 4.8 stars on Yelp. I love this hike. But those boulders were like this, okay? So they were really big, and I was actually crawling over the boulders, and pretty soon I started to hate my life a little bit. And I wished I had taken the time to look at a map. I was going, but I was going the wrong way. I wanted to get to the top. Now, in the book of Micah, he teaches us something. You can go through life and you can go the wrong way and get stuck and end up in life somewhere you do not want to be. This is where the people are in the book of Micah. They have gone the wrong way and they are stuck in the wrong place. They have walked away from God's desires, and God's desire is to tell them to go a different direction. One of the things about this book is it's kind of like a love letter. They've broken up with God, these people, in kind of like a passive-aggressive way, because God's in relationship with his people, and all of a sudden they're not with him anymore. They're worshiping other gods, they're doing other things, and it's like they just ghosted him. Not even a text message, right? Because that's a bit better. Not even a text message, just no more, we're with someone else. They have a new love in their lives. Idols, pagan gods, selfish pursuits, out of control self-love. And Micah is a prophet, and he does what prophets do. Prophets do this. They point and they tell. He points to the sin. He points it out. He confronts them. And then he tells them to repent, to turn around, to walk in a new direction. And basically the book is like, if you don't come back to me, if you don't turn around and walk a new way, it's going to be really bad. It's not going to end well for you. And we need to notice something really important about this book. It is very personal and relational. The book of Micah is 7 chapters, and I know this is in your wheelhouse. I would recommend sitting down and reading the whole book in one sitting, reading it fast, and get a feeling for this kind of back and forth love letter feel of the book to get a sense of where this book is going. Because you need to notice this. This isn't about following the rules. This is completely relational. The relationship between God and Israel was always meant to be one of love, one of deep love and respect. And God loves his people, and he wants them to love him back. It's really that simple. There's a foundational belief that Israel had for a long time. It's called the Shema. This is the foundation of all of their beliefs, and it's actually the foundation of the greatest command that we talk about today that Jesus gave us. Love God and love others. Deuteronomy 6:5 says this, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." The Shema is about going the right way. They've left their love. So this is what the prophet Micah does. He speaks this intention and invitation of the Lord to his people. It's like a heartbroken letter to someone that's left him. He's trying to get his partner back, trying everything, trying to win the other back. So the book uses this big language, okay? You're going to notice the big language to express simple matters of the heart. You have rejected me and treated me like trash. That's basically it. And you can feel the pain and betrayal in this book. Actually, you are supposed to feel something when you read this book. You should feel the pain of betrayal and loss. Micah 6:3 says this, "O my people, what have I done to you? What have I done to make you tired of me?" And this goes back and forth between these woos and woes, between wooing God's people and woeing God's people. Like these things are going to happen. Here's an example of the wooing. God's intention to call them back, his invitation for them to return. Micah 2:12-13. "I will surely gather all of you. Come back to me. I love you." And the book is also full of woeing God's judgment. Micah 3:1-4. "You who hate good and love evil, your unfaithfulness will result in your destruction." It's a mix of woos and woes throughout the whole book. "Come back to me. I'm done with you. I love you. I'm leaving you. I want you back. I won't take you back." It's very human, right? It's this kind of thing that we could go through. The book goes back and forth like that. And it's an expression of God's love and mercy in a way that we can relate to it. We're supposed to feel something. So in the midst of all this wooing and woeing, Micah tells something very clear. God's desire is still that they turn around and go the right way, head in the right direction. Come back. Get back on the path. Micah 6:8, we heard Patrice read it earlier, says, "What does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." To get back to God, you need to go the right way. And that way is to go with humility, to go with justice and mercy. I wonder if you can hear what we call the good news in that. Do you hear it? God's wooing is always more powerful than his woeing. I wonder what would happen if there had been signs on my hike. I really feel like I hope that I would have taken time to look up and see the signs and actually follow them and not know better. It can't be that way. The signs got to be wrong, because truthfully, I've probably done that before. There have to be signs to know if you're going in the right direction. Signs actually are what we need to know that we are headed in the right direction. Humility, love of mercy, justice are the signs that we are going the right way. They're signs we need to look for in our lives and in the lives of our churches. Because if they aren't in our lives, we are either stuck or going the wrong way. So the starting point of any journey is to go the right way. You won't get there if you don't go the right way. And the start is to walk humbly. Walking humbly is going the right way, to walk humbly with God. And I want to tell you a bit about what this means. It's not, woe is me, I am but a worm. I'm so terrible. It's not low self-confidence and bad self-esteem. It's none of that. It's not being shy and weak. Just let everyone walk all over you. That's not what humble means. Walking humbly is knowing who God is and who we are in relationship to God. And that changes everything. It's knowing this about God, that He is love itself, and that out of God, the universe was created by love for love. It's knowing that He created each of us out of love for love. That's humility. It centers us. It's knowing that He is holy and perfect in Himself, and will always act out of love. Because of that, He is different and set apart from us. It's knowing that He is just and merciful and wants us to love Him and wants to love us. Walking humbly is knowing who we are, created in the image of God, loved and valued. We are His creation, made for love, and He is love. It's knowing dependence on God, knowing who God is and who we are. So walking with humility, walking humbly, means that we have the right amount of self-regard. Now, this is the tricky point. Not too high, not too low. And we always make mistakes in either direction. Not too high, not too low. Here's some news. You and I are no better than anyone else. That's another simple truth. You are no better than anyone else. Here's another simple truth. Others are not better than you. Other people are not better than you. We're all created in the image of God. This is what this looks like as we go on our way. We live to express our love for Him and others without a big show. Because if you are humble, you don't need a big show to show how good you are. That's what humility looks like. It's the opposite of a performative faith. Hey, I just gave some money to some homeless organization. Just going to send that out there. In all humility, I felt so filled. Followers. It's performative faith. It's the opposite of thinking you're better than others. Oh, you know, I could never find myself living in poverty or being on that street corner because I've had a hard life and I would do things differently. I'm better. It's the opposite of overpowering others to get your way. Going the right way starts with walking in the right direction with God and walking humbly with God. And then something changes along the journey. There are signs that we see. And these are the signs that Micah says that tell you you are going the right way. You act justly and you love mercy. Those are the results of humility, those two things. Justice is doing what is right and fair according to the character of God, and mercy is showing kindness and compassion according to the character of God. And you can only act justly and love mercy when you are walking humbly with God. When you don't think you are better than the other person in question. You can't do justice without mercy, and you can't love mercy without justice. Humility is the prerequisite for justice and mercy. Please let that sink in a bit. Look for that sign in your life. To get somewhere, you need to go in the right direction. You need to go to get there. If you don't go, you won't get there, I promise you that. And you need to go the right way to get there. If you go the wrong way, you won't get there. It's a book I read a little while ago that I really enjoyed. It was called God Walk. It's by Mark Buchanan. And he describes the Christian life this way. He says the Christian life is like a long journey in the same direction. I find that really an interesting statement. A long journey in the same direction. It's facing the right way. It's going in the right direction. It's like going the right way with God at a constant, humble speed. Did you know this? It's kind of weird. There's actually a walking speed called Godspeed. And apparently, no, they didn't actually clock God walking in the garden, okay? I'm not sure how they come up with this. It's just a descriptor. It's just a metaphor. But anyway, God's speed is 3 miles per hour, 4.8 kilometers per hour. That's God's speed. And I thought, well, let me try this. So I set my watch on, and I thought, this is going to be like a piece of cake. It's got to be super slow, right? I actually was surprised by how fast 4.8 kilometer walk was. It wasn't rushing, but definitely it was going somewhere. It's this intentionality, but it's slow enough that you can see the world around you and be present, but it's not a rush. It's Godspeed. Sometimes we move too slow or too fast. It's about being deliberate, not in a hurry, taking time to see the world around us, being attentive to what is happening, and being intentional. This is what he says about walking. Walking is a picture of working out our salvation. It's a picture of working faith into the grain of our days. To get somewhere, you need to walk in the right direction. Are you working out your salvation in the walk of life? How's it going? Maybe it feels like you're not moving, and you realize that you've been in the same place for a really long time, and there is no motion. You are stuck. It's not a good feeling. It's like thinking you've been moving, but you wake up one day and realize that you've been on a treadmill the whole time, and you haven't gone anywhere. And you find yourself in the same place that you were a very long time ago, and you're surprised. And you think, I'm still here? I'm stuck. When you realize that the same things, the same patterns, the same problems keep popping up in your faith, in your relationship, the way you make choices or the choices you make keep happening over and over and over again. You go, I'm still here. Maybe it feels like you're going the wrong way. Life is passing by, and something doesn't feel right. It's like waking up one day and realizing something. You don't know where you are and how you got here in life. That also is not a good feeling. It's like going on a long hike, working hard, head down, stepping over boulders, and you never ever get to where you want to go. You find yourself somewhere else. That might be when you realize you're not going where you want to go in life, in your faith, relationships, your career, the choices you've made. You get this feeling and you realize that you're not going where you want to go. Maybe that's a bit of all of us, but if that's you today, I want to tell you something. There is always hope and it's never too late. Because Micah tells us this, Jesus tells us this, God is a God of second chances. The God of turnarounds, the God of getting people unstuck. The God of wooing that continues to woo. And wooing always wins, not the woeing. The first step in fixing this is telling the truth. To yourself first, and then to God. Admitting it, facing it, owning it. It's realizing that you are stuck or going in the wrong direction, and that the first step is turning around and going the right way. That is the biggest step you can take. And if you come to that place, well done. And God will say, well done. And no matter how long you've been stuck or going the wrong way to get somewhere, you just need to go the right way. You just need to take one step. It's never too late. All it takes is one step in the right direction. So as I journey through Micah today, I want to invite you to hear the wooing of God. It's time to take a step in the right direction. This is God wooing us.